You just can study. And if you think that if you guess that you're going to do database, however, database is tested on your O levels, so you can answer your database. For every single essay type question, they are going to provide you 10 marks. So there are six essay type questions. Out of six, you have to answer only four. You can get 40 out of 40 for your essay type questions. I can guarantee that if you just do the 2016 to 2023 past paper, you can get 40 out of 40 to your essay type questions. Because essay type questions are same. You just get the same essay type question. I mean, the structure is same. The question is not the same. The structure is same. From 2016 onwards, the paper structure has not changed. I mean, there are small changes, but there's no huge change. So you will know in database they are going to ask how are they going the what they you will get in your database question. You will get an idea about what is going to be tested in a database. In SDLC means system development life cycle. That part that's a theory lesson. So same theory part is tested every year. If you just memorize small parts, remember small things, you can get 10 out of 10. Next is a marks allocation. We'll go through that. MCQ, as you all know, you just get 1 mark for every question. 1 mark means this is not divided. This is total 1 mark. So in a compulsory questions, you get 20 marks. That means 2 marks for each question, and for essay type you get 10 marks. Total you get 100. For MCQ, if you just we can make a calculation. Mostly everyone know ICT MCQ is a bit tough. So last 10 questions are tough. First 10 is very easy. You can score 10 out of 10 on the first 10 questions. The last 10 questions are bit tough. So we can keep around 33. Just guess 33. You can take more than 33 easily. So we'll go with the lowest cost, 33. So in the compulsory questions, you can go with 18 to 20. Right? You will go with 18, right? First of all, you go with 33, then 18, and 40 out of 40 is possible. If you have mastered ICT, 40 out of 40 is easy. So we'll get 8 for each subject. Then 8, 16, 32. Get 32. Then you get 83 marks, which is more than enough for a A pass. Which is more than enough for A pass. 75 is a cutoff mark. So 83, not 83. So let me tell about myself. I never had less. So let's continue. Let's continue. So we stopped from the paper structure discussion. So first of all, let me tell you why I told you about how the paper is going to appear. So then only you can get an idea what you are going to study, how are you going to score marks, everything you get an idea if you know about the paper structure, how marks are allocated and everything. So now you know a basic idea. You have a basic idea why. Now you have a basic idea why you how you can score your marks in your ICT. So let's continue. We'll continue with the lesson 2. Wait, I'll screen share. You just have to pin if I screen share to my camera. Okay. Okay. Please confirm. Can you hear me clearly? Give me some time. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. We can continue. So this is a mind map. You are going to this is a mind map of the lesson what you are going to study. Fundamentals of a computer system. One thing I need to share with you guys. If you have a free session, we are giving this free session for your benefit. So take maximum use of it. Don't make bullshit. Don't mess up with the options available for you. We can just pause everything that you can do. We can just make you listen. We have given this opportunity for you. So you must take use of it. So don't make this meeting an invalid one. Okay, let's continue with the lesson. Fundamentals of a computer system. So features of computer, classification of computer, functions of computer system, basic physical components of computer system, computer ports, data communication, network devices, network topologies, benefits of networking, disadvantages of networking. These are the subtopics we are going to talk throughout this lesson. Everyone can hear me, right? And everyone can see me clear. If you can see me clear, just raise your hand, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now we'll start. This is a basic subtopic. You can, if you have time, just write this down. So you take a piece of paper, put down the topic fundamentals of a computer system, and just write this down. This mind map. While you're writing, just start writing. I'll give you about 3 to 5 minutes. While you're writing, I'll just speak. So this is a free workshop. We have our paid class as well. So today, unfortunately, we were unable to activate our premium package because of error in Zoom, error with Zoom. Not in our side, it was with the Zoom, as they are having a software update, I guess. So with that, we were unable to get our premium package. We'll continue with the premium package in our classes. So just write it, make it fast, write it down. Uh, that's all, just write it down. Someone please raise your hand if you have finished writing. Try to make it fast. So it's enough time. So first of all, using this mind map, what we are going to get is a clear idea of the lesson. What we are going to discuss, not just today, we are having about, having this workshop until this lesson is over. So we will continue this lesson step by step, and we will end up with past paper questions. That means selected past paper questions of this lesson. So I will go through these brief introduction of this lesson. This lesson is mainly focused to give you a small basic idea of what a computer is. So basic idea of what ICT is. ICT means information communication technology. This is to just give you the basic idea. So throughout this lesson, we are just going to study basic things. Basic things means basic of important things that you are going to study even in advanced level. You are going to study the basics of every single important categories of ICT. So when it comes to physical side, that means computers, physical, yeah, inside the computer, you are going to study about hard disk, ports, everything, as well as networking side, cyber security side, everything you are going to study about theory, only the theory of everything. There's no practical throughout this lesson. This lesson is mostly tested in your MCQs as well as in that compulsory part. This is not mostly asked in your essay type questions. I guess you can score around 5 marks from your MCQs and 2 to 4 marks from your essay type questions through this lesson. Step by step, we can cover this whole syllabus in our classes. You can join. I'll send you how instructions how you can join to our class. We'll make sure to cover your syllabus. We'll guarantee you an A pass. Basically, we'll guarantee you an A pass. If you are through the right path, through the right guide, if you're following the right guide, you just get an A pass for ICT. That's our guarantee. If you do the work that we have given you, if you write down the notes properly, if you are organized, you just get an A pass. That's all. So I guess everyone has finished writing this. So we'll go to the next part. So we'll see one by one basically. This is just the basics. I'll explain basics and then go to the lesson. Okay. Features of computer. In the features of computer, we get speed, accuracy, efficiency, versatility, storage and storing and retrieving. This is what we are going to study under the features of computer. First, before beginning this lesson, I'll just say what a computer is. What is fundamentals of computer system? Okay, fundamentals of computer system. This covers whole sum of what computer system is. So, what a computer is? I know that everyone has an idea what a computer is. Everyone knows that it's a machine. So, we'll just discuss generally what a computer is. Computer is a machine. Computer is a machine which provides any input, which provide the does the process of any input we provide and gives us the output. That is the basic system of computer. What it does is it gives us the process part only. We just need to give it the instructions. We just need to stay until it does its process, and it gives us with the comes out with the output. So the computer works according to our instructions. So if we mess up with the instructions, the computer also mess up with its process. So we must make sure that we give correct instructions so that the computer can handle our process correctly. So we'll go through this lesson. Features of a computer. features of a computer. The basic features of computers are speed, accuracy, efficiency, versatility, storing and receiving. So, for I guess for private students, you know those English words. For I guess there are government students as well. So I'll explain the words as well. Speed means vega. In Sinhala, we call it vega. Speed means the speed in which the computer can perform its task. If we give it some sort of input, the time it takes to do the process, only the process, is the speed of the computer. So next is accuracy. Accuracy means how accurate the computer is. How accurate the computer is what we mean by accuracy. Computer does not make mistakes like human does. So if I ask you 2 plus 2, it's absolutely 4. You know it. You know never make mistakes in small questions. But when it comes to your O-level maths paper, however, no one's going to score 100 out of 100. There are students who score 100 out of 100 as well. I guess there are students in this class as well who can score 100. But mostly, even small mistakes are done by human. Human are not complete, but computer are. Even if you just search in ChatGPT, you know ChatGPT, guys. I guess you know ChatGPT AI, which is the trend now. So even in that, it does not make single mistake. That's why we believe in that AI and we just let it do our work because it does not make mistakes. So next is efficiency. Efficiency, versatility, storing and receiving. First of all, I need you guys to write it down. Give me, I'll show you that, I'll show you the cue, then you can write it down. So this is what you guys need to write down. You already had put the topic fundamentals of a computer system. Write down the features of computer system. Write every single detail in it. I'll give you 3 to 5 minutes. Write it down as soon as possible. So while writing down, if you need me to adapt in your own way, you can just drop me a message. If I'm doing great, that's all right. If I'm not doing that well, you can just drop me, even if I'm too fast or slow, anything. If you have a language problem also, you can just drop me a message. I can explain in any language you want. I mean, languages I know. So write it down soon. If you have finished, write it down. Just drop me. So here, raise your hands so I can continue. If you have finished writing, just raise your hands. So I guess most of you have done. So okay, raise your hands down. So now we'll continue with the lesson. We stopped with efficiency. Efficiency means, so just think of yourself. You do some work. Just think your mom tells you to clean your room. First reason you're going to tell to her is, I feel tired, I am fed up. So you're coming up with excuses like this. But the computer never comes up with excuses like us. So that is also a benefit. That is a feature of a computer. Basically, that's a feature of a computer. It never gets tired. It never gets fed up. So we can take work out of it as in any time. Around the clock we can take. 24 into 7, we can have it to do our work. So next is versatility. Versatility means, so I mean first I'll explain the word. Versatility means you can do many tasks at same time. That's what you call versatility. Did you understand? Versatility means, the word means you can do many tasks at same time. So the computer is also like that. So while you are watching a music, listening to a music, you can just play a game also. Both you can do at same time, not just that. Now you are logged into my, maybe you are logged into a through a computer, desktop or a mobile phone. Now if you go back, you just can use the calculator, you can use the camera, you can turn on the camera, you can turn on the torch. So you can do many things at same time. You just no need to wait until the process is over. In a computer system, you just no need to wait until the process is over. Because the speed of the computer is enough to execute more than million instructions per second. More than millions of instructions. However, you are not possible to do millions of instructions in your computers. It takes a range of supercomputer to do more than 1 million instructions. So in your computer, or your computer is less speed than a supercomputer. So you can just do many tasks simultaneously. That's what they mean as versatile. That's a feature of computer. Today I'm doing it bit slower because today we start the lesson. So continuously when we are doing this, we'll make it faster. If you can want to make it faster, you can just chat me and let me in a message. Okay. So next is storing and retrieving. First of all, just think, now you did some work in a computer. You made a presentation using PowerPoint. You turned off the computer. You saved it, you turned off the computer. Next day, you wake up in the morning and you just turn on power. When you power on the computer, you can access that presentation that you have saved already. That is what we mean as storing and retrieving. That is a function of computer. That is a feature of computer. Stores large amount of data and information in small units and retrieves them easily and quickly. So these are the basic features of computer. So let me highlight small parts from this. Then you can also highlight as well. Okay. So you can highlight this part. So you can highlight these parts. So we'll continue with the lesson. I'll show you the mind map as well. In the mind map also you can get an idea. So this is the mind map. This is what we talked about. Speed, accuracy, efficiency, versatility, storing and retrieving. So we'll go to the next portion. What we are going to study about computers. Next is classification of computers. Classification of computer means, now we are using a mobile phone. You have, I think most of you guys have personal mobile phones, or you have at least a desktop. So some students don't have both. You don't at this age, it's not necessary to have both of them. If you wish, you can have one. That's your wish. It depends on you how you use it. So if you use it for educational purpose and entertainment purpose, it's okay. Okay to have a mobile phone or computer with you. So in ICT, it's not compulsory that you should have a phone or laptop for your own, because in the ordinary levels they are not going to test practical. They are not going to test anything practical. Everything is just, they are going to test everything theory basis. Even the practical lessons, they are giving you a they are going to give you a practical situation, and they are going to ask question related to that situation. So you no need to have a practical experience about that to answer those questions. Basically, in ICT, I discussed the paper structure for first, because you, if you get the paper structure correctly, whatever theory you did, if you didn't get the paper structure, you can't score for an A. You must get an idea about the paper structure, because when you in future classes we'll do paper structure papers from 2016 to 2023. When you go through those paper, you will understand that you are going to get an A pass for sure. I have never got more than less than 90 marks for all level ICT papers, because those are easy, very easy. Those are very easy. So we'll go through the lesson. Classification of computers. There are many classification of computers. Supercomputer, mainframe computer, mini computer, microcomputer as well. So classification of computers can be done in two ways. According to physical size and according to technology of the computer. You can do it in two ways. You can divide that in two ways. So just first of all, what I need you to do is, you just need to write the topic classification of computers, and you need to write there are two types. We can classify computer in two types. Just write it down. I'll type it. So write this down. Then write down. First of all, write this down. Okay, I think you guys wrote that. So we'll continue. Classification of computer. Classification of computer can be done according to two ways, according to physical size and according to technology. So we'll talk what physical size and technology means. Now we are having, connected to this class using a mobile phone or a desktop. You are not going to have a supercomputer to join this class. Supercomputers, mainframe computers, mini computers, microcomputers are the classification of computers according to the physical size. So you are using microcomputers. What does microcomputer mean? Micro means, the word micro means small. You guys, I think you guys know the term for the word micro. Micro means small. So classification of computers can be done according to physical size, means the computers which are large in size, medium in size, and small in size are what we are going to classify. So supercomputers. Just anyone, just drop me a message if anyone can guess how much a supercomputer weighs. In Just drop me a message how much a supercomputer weighs. You guys can make guesses. Let's see who gets it correct. Just make a guess how much a supercomputer weighs. Okay, I got some answers. None of you are correct. So it weighs around 30 tons. I guess no one has guessed that so far. It weighs around 30 tons, not in grams, kilograms. It weighs around 30 tons. But the smartphone you are using does not weigh even a kilogram. Your smartphone does not weigh even a kilogram. A ton is around 1000 kilograms. Then 30 tons is 3000 30,000 kilograms. So you just can't even compare size of your mobile phone with a supercomputer. Supercomputers take around just if you make assumption, it will take around 50 rooms in a house. You can make a guess like that. Takes large physical size for you to make a own a supercomputer. So what do we get through this large size computer? Is a high computing power. That is what we get using a supercomputer, a high computing power. For you guys, this computer is fast enough. The computer you are using is fast enough. But think about institutes like Microsoft, Google, even a local bank that's in your village or city. They need supercomputers. Banks mostly don't use supercomputers. Just think of Google and Microsoft. Those are enough. So supercomputers are needed for them to make their calculations, to run their programs, and to collect and store their data. We studied that computer collects and store data. So those are the functions they are getting from a supercomputer. The special feature of supercomputer is its high computing power. As it is large in size, it takes uh, the meeting will end in 10 minutes. Just rejoin using the link that we send you. So supercomputers are rare. In institutes like NASA, there's a supercomputer for sure. So this is used for scientific and engineering functions, solving complex mathematical problems. You have heard of crypto, Bitcoin. Have you heard of those kind of stuff? So those kind of currency, online currency, data are stored in supercomputers. So examples are NASA, large scale business, military purposes. Large scale business mean even in bank, the head branch, they are going to have a supercomputer for you to store their data, details about you. So what you have to do now is you just have to write this down, the whole thing. First write down classification of computers according to physical size and according to technology, and write subtopic according to physical size and write about supercomputers. And highlight the first line: high computing power, large size, expensive and rare. So the below part is not tested in your examination. Only this part is tested. High computing power, large size, expensive and rare. Those are the parts tested in your examination. I told you to highlight because this lesson is, as I said, this just only covers the basic parts. So only basic questions are asked using this lesson. Only MCQ and compulsory questions. So if you have finished writing it down, just raise your hands. Blinking. Don't try to take screenshots and you just think that you write later, but that never happens. Even I have done those kind of things when I was doing all levels. Write it in the class live. That's why I give you time, because if you do your work on time, it's easy for you to finish. You can at the end of the day, you can just sum up everything. So your main target is the A for the 9S. That's your main target. Or you can have a target to get an island rank. That's the main target. O level is not a competitive exam. You don't get many. I guess you don't get many. You don't get many recognition if you get an island, even an island first for your ordinary levels, because advanced level, if you get an island first, there's many benefits. For advanced level, if you get an island first, you get online overseas scholarships, everything, every kind of stuff you get like that. But if you get a 9A, you just think, then I don't want a 9A for your O levels. That's completely wrong, because if you did not get a 9A for O level, O level is just basics. That's why they call it ordinary level. The next part you're going to do in your life is an advanced level, or you can do with a foundation. You can go abroad. That's also another way you can complete your studies. So they call it ordinary level because this is just ordinary studies. They are going to study only the basics. So if you are unable to take 9As in this, that means you are unfortunate. That means you cannot continue your studies, or you cannot take an island rank. No, I don't mean that the students who don't pass properly in their O levels cannot succeed in their A levels. Not like that. There are students who got, even students who wrote their O levels in second shy had taken island first for accounting, science, even math streams. So you just need to understand the importance of these studies and just continue. Do your work daily, so you can, at the end of the day, even you will be satisfied that you have nothing to do after that. See, your main primary target is to complete your studies. That's your parents' goal as well as your goal. So you just need to continue with it. So I guess everyone has finished writing it down. We'll continue with mainframe computers. Same, mainframe computers are also like supercomputers. I guess you guys are going through with your books, because you have images of these computers in your books. If you want to show me the images, I can show you. Let me show you. So this is a supercomputer. You can see how large it is. These are the world's fastest supercomputers. There are a lot of stuff. In your free time, if you're almost every time you're free, I know. So you can go through this. Next is mainframe computer. You will go through mainframe computer. So this is a mainframe computer. These are modern mainframe computers. In your book, you will see how a old mainframe computer is played. This is an old mainframe computer that was used even before you were born. These are old mainframe computers. This is how a mainframe computer looked in the past. Now it looks like something from a space station. See, this is how mainframe computer looks now. See the difference. In your book also, you can textbook also, you can see the difference. So we'll come to the lesson. Mainframe computers. So in when you're studying this part of ICT, you just need to compare the physical size. So supercomputers are high computing power, large in size, expensive and rare, where mainframe computers are less in physical size, computing power than supercomputers, less expensive. That's how it works. Arya, sorry, here I guess there's a word missing. Computing power is less than supercomputers. Just typing. There's a small mistake in this table. Just write it down. Computing power is less than. Okay, the word is missing. Gradually, when the size decreases of in a computer, the speed, the expense, the that becomes common. In supercomputers are very rare. Again, around the world, there are around, I guess, 100 to 200 supercomputers. But mainframe computers are common than supercomputers. They are not that rare. So write down the topic, write down this note also. So here, what happens is, you guys continue writing, I'll explain. This in mainframe computer, multiple users connect via terminals, share, serving and receiving data, retrieving data. So in a bank, like an association like a bank, what they do is, if in their main server, they have all the details. So you have a branch for the main branch. Just think of commercial bank. The main branch is in Colombo, Dehiwala. So other branches, even in Kurunegala, you guys are from every, yeah, different cities. I guess in every city there's a branch, commercial branch. So in every single branch, they have your details. How does they have your details? Even you go, if you are living in Colombo, even if you go to ATM in Kurunegala and just use your give the small account details about you, they have whole detail about you. The reason for this is everything is interconnected. This is what we call networking. Mainframe computers are mainly used for networking, saving, retrieving data, and sharing through terminals. This is what they do. Mainframe computers are often known as server computers also. They are called as server computers because those server, they have a main server and they have terminals where they connect their computer. So in a company, just think commercial bank, they have just only one mainframe computer. All the other branches have just normal desktops like you, mini computers. Desktops are mini computers like you. So using the mainframe computer, they are connected to the they are connecting to the mainframe computer using the mini computer. So they get details about you. So mainframe computers are mainly used nowadays. They don't even use the term mainframe. They use the term server computers. So less physical size, less computing power, and less per cover is less than supercomputers and less expensive. Highlight this part as well. Okay. So highlight this part also. So next we'll go to mini computers and microcomputers. So mini, just give me a confirmation whether you can hear me and see me clearly. Give me a confirmation soon. Just raise your hands. Okay. Thank you. So, okay, let's continue. Before I continue, you just guys give me your comments how the class is going on. Is it going on smooth? Is it fine for you? Or just drop me a message. Can you guys understand everything? Just drop me a message. I give you 2 minutes. Just drop me a message how the class is going. I just need your true comments of the class. Okay, fine. Thank you for your comments. Thank you. Okay, let's continue with the class. Please make sure that your mics are turned off. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask me, or else you can text me also. It's better if you guys text me so I can, it's easy for me. Okay. So I'll share the screen. So we'll continue from where we stopped. Uh, we stopped from mini computers. Mini computers are lower physical size, less powerful, less expensive than mainframe computers. I said you that we are comparing. That's why that's what we have done. The definition for supercomputer is, if they ask, they don't ask for definitions. I'm 100% sure about that. You can basically say supercomputers are the fastest computers. They are large in size, expensive and rare. If you say about mainframe computers, you say they are less physical, they are physically less in size than supercomputers, and they are less expensive. And when it comes to mini computers, you compare with mainframe computers. Lower physical size, less powerful, less expensive than mainframe computers. So when it comes to microcomputers, you compare it with mini computers. Small computers for personal use with small memory capacity, less speed and less expensive than mini computers. So this is how we are going to compare those computers according to their physical size. So nothing much to explain about mini computers and microcomputers. Microcomputers are the computers that you use daily. Even in your hand, I guess now you have a microcomputer in your hand. So most of students have a issue that, is my mobile also a computer? Yeah, everything is a computer. Even a calculator was considered as a computer in its beginning stage. Charles Babbage, you may have heard, father of computer. He was the father of computer, Charles Babbage. So first, the first computer in the world was a calculator. You guys don't believe when I say this. You may have know this because it's in your first lesson itself. So the first computer was a calculator. Your mobile phone, your PC, your laptop, your MacBook, anything that you are using right now, an electronic device is a computer. Not just this, even medical equipments are considered as computer. So thermal machine, you have no, that thermometers, those are also computers. But some thermometers have physical, some thermometers have screens, that means digital screens. Some don't have. But both are considered as computers. Okay. So write this part also. My mini computers, lower physical size, less powerful, less extra. This part, highlight this part also. Microcomputers are handheld devices. Handheld means devices that you can have in your hand. Your lap is also. a microcomputer. So if you have finished writing, just raise your hand. Uh, Today it's I guess you are having trouble because the meeting is being cancelled because of that premium package issue. So we'll make sure to purchase a premium package and continue the class in future. So we are having a paid class as well. The details regarding the paid class will be shared in our group after this session. It's a theory class. I can guarantee a pass for ICT if you are with me. If you follow the instructions properly, 1000% sure I will guarantee a pass. That's what I can say. Next is that we'll continue with the lesson. I got many hands raised. So next is we are going to for the according to technology, computer classification according to technology. Today we are going the lesson. We are covering the lesson bit slow. I'm. Give me 1 minute. I mean, sorry for the disturbance. Let's continue. According to technology, computer can be classified into three parts: analog, digital, and hybrid. Analog means you have heard vector quantity, scalar quantity, I guess. Those are analog signs. Vector, scalar quantities, speed, velocity, pressure, temperature, weight, everything come under analog. Those are analog computers. Analog computers use analog signals. So analog signals are like, uh, I can show you. Analog signals are signals like this. So digital signals are signals like this. This is how digital signals work. This is the difference between analog signals and digital signals. Okay. So it's in your book itself. I guess you are going through with the book. Shall I show you some pictures of analog signals? If you want? So these are analog signals. Can you see this? Those are like small wavy lines. Can you guys see this? Analog signals image. See this? These are analog signals. Analog signals are up and down wavy lines, like sound waves. In science, you may heard about sound waves. Those are analog signals. But when it comes to digital signals, it's like this. Wait, I'll show you. Can you see the digital signals? These are digital signals. Can you guys hear me clearly? My connection unstable. Can you guys hear me clearly? Just raise hand. You can hear me. Sorry, there was a connection issue, I guess. So let's continue. We were talking about digital and analog signals. I'll share the screen. So some students have requested for the tube to be uploaded in the group. So we'll upload it to the group so that you can refer that as well. It's better to write down the notes during the live class rather than writing down early so that you don't get a proper idea. If I explain you when we are writing, so you get a clear idea about what I'm going to explain, everything. So these are digital signals. You can see, right? Okay, this is a digital signal. It's like block. These are analog signals. Analog signals are wave signals. Digital signals are just digital. So let's continue with the tube. The difference between analog computers, digital computers, and hybrid. So I need to talk about hybrid computers, right? Hybrid computers are combination of analog and digital signals. For example, just think of a ECG machine. ECG machine you have seen, right? In movies, you can see that the machine that record the heartbeat is called the ECG machine. So ECG machine, it uses both digital and analog signals. The heartbeat you see is an analog signal. The screen you watch through is a digital screen. So that's a hybrid computer. Mostly every single computer you are using are hybrid computers. I mean, every single equipment you are using are hybrid computers. So the mobile phone you are using is a digital computer because that does not have any. I mean, that does not relate with speed, pressure, temperature. So that does not relate with those kind of physical stuff. So those are digital computers. Analog computers are the thermometers, road lamps, speedometers, sensors. So those are analog computers. So just write down the note. If I need to explain once more, you just can drop me a message. I'll explain. Write down according to technology. Put the subtopic according to technology. Write point wise. If you have finished, just raise your hands. Even in this portion, they are not going to test what I have written under the points. That means, according to technology, they are just going to test. Do you have a small idea? They are going to ask what are the three types according to analog, digital, and hybrid. They may ask you like this also. They will give you some speedometers, road lamps. They will give you in MCQ format. They will ask giving some examples. Which one is analog computer? Which one is a digital? And which one is a hybrid? So and so. So I guess you guys have written. If you haven't, just I guess finished, right? I'll go down. Let's continue. So I'll go to the whiteboard to show you the mind. Next is function of computer system. This is one of the main parts you are going to study. So functions of computer system. So computer is the basic function of computer is, I said it from the beginning. We input data, it processes and stores data, it produces us the information we need. It gives us the output for the input we request from it. If we provide a proper program to it, how the process should be done, it will give us correct, accurate information for us. Okay. Wait, some guys have said that they missed the notes. Wait, give me 1 second. I'll show them. Okay, write down the notes. I'll give you 2 minutes. Just drop me a message if you have finished. Okay, I'll go down. So functions and devices of a computer system. The main function, the basic function, the primary function of a computer system is to process the information that we give to it. Just think, not only a computer, everything we do in our life is connected with that processing part. For example, we are making a cup of tea. First of all, what you need is input. What you input there? Sugar, maybe tea leaves, milk powder or fresh milk, whatever you input. So most of you guys know. I see most girls' names here. So you know how to make tea. You know, first of all, you must input. Then only you must do the process. Well, the process is mixing them, heating up the water. Those are the process. Then you come up with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea or cup of coffee as your output. So if you miss even one input, or if you just give a wrong input, in behalf of sugar, you add salt for a cup of tea. So you get a messed up cup of tea as your output. So likewise, the main function of a computer is also like that. Even just think of you opening your computer. After you shut down your computer, you just turn on the computer. Then what happens is you just press the power button. It's their input. So the BIOS start. BIOS means basic input output system. That is what we call the BIOS. That is you see a logo, right? You see if you are having a Mac, you see Apple logo and you see a loading sign. So that's the process. That's how the BIOS runs. The output is the computer turns on. So everything in this computer world is connected to this stick with this basic input output process. So the part which the computer does is the processing part. So that you need to get into your head properly. If you miss this part, you just missed whole ICT. So write this whole thing. So in the exam, how they are testing, how they are going to test is not from this lesson. They are not going to test that input output process thing. You have a grade 11 first lesson. You have a lesson called programming. In that lesson, you are deeply studying about a programming language, three programming languages, literally flow chart, pseudocode. Likewise, you are studying some programming languages, not languages, basic programming. So in that one, you'll see how the input work, how the process works, how the output works, all those stuff you can see. So this is small part, right? You, I guess you might have finished writing. Just raise your hands if you have finished. So I guess you have finished. So now we are going to see components of input, output, and so components of a computer. So around me there are many components. The setup is huge. So around you also at least you have a small setup. You have a mobile phone or if you have a desktop setup, You for sure you have a speaker, microphone, webcam, keyboard, mouse, wire cord. You have a CPU, you have CPU. So everything has its own components. So can you give me just 2 minutes? There's some error going on. Give me 2 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll continue. So components. So not only the components you see inside your computer, there are many outside your computer. There are many components inside as well. So what you see around you is a keyboard, mouse. You are not using touch screens, I guess. So you can there are many. If you are using a laptop, you have an inbuilt camera in it. If you are using a PC, then you need a webcam. Likewise, there are many devices that you can see around you. But not only them, there are devices inside the computer as well. First of all, from the if you are studying in a private school, you know what are input devices, what are output devices. For government school students, I'll repeat this part again. Input devices are the devices which are used to input the data into a computer to make the process. If you are making a cup of tea, you input sugar, you input tea leaves, you input milk. Likewise, in order to input something to the computer, you use input devices. Just if you just think like this basic thing, you go turn on the computer. If you want to type something, if you want to typing means inputting something, what you do is you type something on a keyboard. You can't type something on the desk, right? You need a keyboard. So that's an input device. Using the support of the keyboard, you input something to the computer. That's how input devices work. Whereas output devices work in a different form. The input we provided to give us the output using the input only output devices are used. So you input using keyboard and use mouse for inputting, and output is provided through a screen or a printer. Printer is also output device. So I'll give you some examples. Input devices are keyboard, mouse, touch screen, joystick, everything. So output is monitor, multimedia, projector, printer. So I'll do small practical. Now I am using the mouse. Can you see the mouse is moving around? I am using this using my touchpad in my laptop. So mouse is moving around. Now I am going to the search option and I am going to search cal. So you saw the three letters CAL that was typed on my laptop's keyboard. So now I am going to enter the calculator that I did in the support of the mouse. Now everything happened was displayed to me. Everything I did was displayed to me as an output. Just I click one, even if I type something, it is displayed. I just type 55467 496. So that is displayed to you through an output device. That is how basic input output device works. I guess you guys can understand. So I'll show you what process is. The process between this is, now I typed some text. That's input. So I multiply this by some more text. When I press the equal sign, this is the process. This is our answer. So I'll do it a basic sum. I input 2. Now I'm adding a function that is plus. Again, I am using input 2. Now, in order to get my output, I just press enter in my keyboard. I get the answer 4. So this is a basic system of every single thing you see around you. Input, output, and process. So let's put the heading components, write down input devices and output devices, and just write down this topic. Don't write these stuff. Just write input and output device. So write this input output device. So we just have 20 more minutes. At 9 o'clock, we are going to finish this lesson. So today we discussed only a small part because this was our first lesson. I didn't want to start much faster. So I wanted to cover even a small part. I want you to understand every single detail because this is basics. You guys just write down. Just don't just listen to me. Listen to me while writing. Okay. So this is basics. If you mess up the basic, you mess up everything. That's why I'm explaining every single thing in detail. If you want, if you have, even now, if you have questions, don't just be shy. Just ask me. If you can't turn on your microphone and speak to me, just drop me a message. That's also will be fine. Okay, the meeting will end in 10 minutes. So today it's okay. We'll finish the meeting at 8:50. 8:50 so that you don't need to trouble joining in again because it will take some time to join in as well. So you can have your dinner early as well. So whatever it is, we are having a free class also. Today we will stop with these components. We'll discuss how the components of a computer and stop the lessons today. So I started doing this lesson because you have your exams these days. I think government students have the exams on the 8th, I guess. So we have our paid class. We'll send your details as well. If you wish to join, you can join. So students can raise hand if they have an idea, even a small idea to join our class using this practical. Just drop me a message if you have an idea to join the class. Okay, I guess you have finished writing down. Someone has raised their hand. Any doubt? Just message me. So if you have finished this writing input output devices, we'll continue. I guess you guys finished. So next is central processing unit, CPU. What you mean the CPU is not that for big thing on your desktop. That's not the CPU. What you guess in your desktop setup, you the biggest thing you see is a central processing unit. That is how they teach you in your small grades. That's not the CPU we are going to talk about. CPU is a processor. I'll show you. So this is a CPU. Can you guys see? So this is a CPU. This is used the not the big thing you see. You think you I guess you go guys never knew this. So this is the CPU. This has many functions in this. This small chip you can see in this one. Even not this whole thing. The small chip in this one is a CPU. Let me show you. So this thing is what we call the CPU. Can you see this? So this is a CPU. So let's continue with the class. Okay. So what you have inside this small CPU, you can't see that now it's inside your computer. There are many subdivisions. I mean, there are many functions which this does. This is the main physical device which runs the input output process. We'll talk about it in detail. It's there in our lesson. So inside this we have ALU, CU, and memory registers. ALU means arithmetic and logical unit. When I just use 2 plus 2, What did you see? You got the answer 4. How did the computer knew the answer? 2 plus 2 is 4. That is using the arithmetical and logical unit. Other one is control unit. Now I am using my mouse. I can control stuff using the mouse. So that is done by the control unit. Control unit connects your input and output devices with the processor. That is what the control unit does. And memory registers. Memory registers are another. Memory registers are also a storage device. Memory registers are what computer stores details using memory registers. We'll talk about in detail later. So memory. When we come to memory, there are two types of memory: primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory means the memory inside your computer. That means RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory, and cache memory. And the other one is secondary memory, magnetic tapes, optical media, solid state devices. Those are secondary memories. So I'll explain in details. So primary memory or RAM, ROM, cache. Cache memory is something you can't see. I'll show you in the mind map. Okay, it's okay. You can understand. I'll search and show you RAM and ROM. This is a RAM, random access memory. This chip is a RAM. Can you guys see this? This is the random access memory. This is a RAM. I guess you guys already know. So likewise, there's a ROM. Memory, cache memory is something invisible. That's a software, like software stuff. We'll talk about this detail. We have them in detail. The class will end in around 5 minutes. So we'll discuss this part soon and we'll finish the class. We'll discuss about the others in the next session. We'll have the next session. We'll inform you when we are having that. So next is secondary memory. Secondary memory means solid state devices, pen drives, tapes. You have seen that recording tapes, CD, DVD, hard disk, everything are solid state memory devices. Those are not inbuilt in your computer. Some of them are inbuilt in your computer as well. You can plug them. That's why we call that secondary. You can plug them from the outside. But primary memory is already inbuilt in your computer. Without primary memory, your computer can't run. Computer can't store anything. Now you just do a word program. You just save that. It gets saved in your random access memory. That is how you can open it even after you turn it off. After you turn off the computer. If the computer forgets everything, how will the computer reboot again? For that, the computer takes the help of the ROM, read-only memory, that has the BIOS setup. That activates the BIOS. Then only the computer turns on. Likewise, after the computer is on, for you to access what you have done earlier or what you have done before you shut down, the random access memory helps you to save this. Okay, so today, I guess this part is enough. Just write this down. Take a screenshot also so that even if the meeting ends, you can write it down. So as a homework, you have the number of the admin. Just take a photo of the short notes and send that to us. If you're actively willing to participate in the class, you just have to send that. So it will be encouraging for us also to continue the class. Okay, that will be a big help. Just write the short notes and send this to us to the number of admin, and we'll share you the number as well in the group. So we have our paid class also. You can join to that through we'll give the instruction how to join that. So you have your exams. That paid group class will continue after your examination ends. We'll start with the third term lessons. We'll cover up the third term session fast, and we'll go through a revision of the first and second term lesson soon. I mean, revision means not the whole lesson. We are going to do the whole lesson from basics, from the scratch. We are not going to do. We are going to do cover up the important parts tested in a third term examination. Don't think that your O-level examination is the important examination. Your term tests are not that important. You will mess up your O-level if you didn't obtain proper marks in your term test. Remember that also. Just write this down. We have 1 more minute. The meeting will end in 1 minute. So write this down. Goodbye for today. we'll continue this session workshop. I hope you guys will join. We expected around 20 to 30 participants. We had 25 participants. So our target is reached. Try to share this for everyone so everyone can obtain the benefit through this. So the meeting will end in less than 1 minute. So bye for now. Thank you.